Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Warzone video. I hope you are having a good day. In today's episode, we are going to talk about 3 super important topics that you need to know to get better at Call of Duty Warzone. Do you ever think, man, I just want to get better at this game? What do I need to work on now? How can I get better results? Well, not to worry, in today's episode, we are going to break down 3 super important tips that you should know to implement into your own gameplay to get better results. We are going to break down some scenarios that we all go through and really go in depth about tactics and things you should be really thinking about during gunfights. So by the end of the video, you should be able to understand some tactics to help you stay alive longer, get more kills, and overall have a better experience when playing Warzone. Topic number 1, slow it down when pushing. A huge mistake I see a lot on Warzone are players being too eager to get kills and rush into scenarios and really get into low percentage gunfights. What you want to do is get into pushing positions and just play it slow. Take your time, the enemy will normally leave openings for you to capitalize on during gunfights. I've always promoted playing aggressive, playing smart, moving around the map, and pushing teams trying to get those high kill games. However, a lot of players tend to forget, when in actual combat, slow it down a little bit. Play passive while pushing, at least until you get a couple picks, and then you can full send. When I'm playing Warzone, I'm always thinking about the danger zones when pushing enemy teams. Basically, the danger zone are high risk areas when you're in combat with other teams. For example, when you start pushing an enemy team, you can fight from a distance and you're able to get some picks. However, you're not fully committed to the fight. There's not too much risk involved. In those scenarios, that's where I'm on the edge of the danger zone. So once the fight goes on, you get a couple picks or the fight is not progressing, then you start moving forward, getting into the danger zone and pushing into the enemy's position. Understanding the danger zone is very important. I know some players just run in, pass that line of danger, get into combat, not taking into account how many people on the other team, which can really get you into bad positions. I'm just going to break down some gameplay where I slow it down when pushing, show some examples how I stay on the edge of danger zones, and go a bit more in depth so hopefully you can implement some of these tactics into your own gameplay as well. In this scenario, we are going to push a full squad ahead. Notice how I'm just taking my time, waiting for my squad mates to get into position. We're playing quads, so straight away, I'm going to assume the body count is 4 on the other team. It's super important to keep the body count in mind when pushing squads. You need to adjust your playstyle on the fly depending on how many players are left on the other team. What I'm going to do now is close the distance and get into a better pushing position. At this point, I know the danger zone is pretty much in the house. I know there is 4 people waiting inside for me. There is no point me just trying to muscle my way in. There are 4 enemies in this house, so this is where I slow it down, play passive and wait for the enemy to overcommit. There is no point dying for no reason. That will just put my team at a disadvantage. Notice how I get some shots in, but I don't get tilted and barge in. I keep my cool and I still play the edge. At this point, I make a judgment call. I've been here for way too long. I'm going to get flanked soon. So I try to make a move to progress the fight. I pop my daddy, start to swing to the right, and I manage to kill this guy. I straight away go back to my original position and heal up. I've been playing pretty passive, just playing the edge. However, now it's a 2v2 scenario, so we start to play a bit more aggressive.
One's broken.
Notice how I'm peeking the window, see if I can get a cheeky pick before we barge in. I open the door and I get pretty lucky, and as you can see, I do a jump shot backwards and I managed to get the kill. In this scenario, I really took my time and didn't really rush in, and as you can see, we still managed to wipe the team. In the next example, I'm going to show you a scenario where I play the edge of the danger zone, similar to this breakdown. However, I play a bit more aggressive but slow it down when I need to. So in this scenario, I'm pushing a full squad in the building ahead of me. Again, I'm playing quad, so I'm just going to assume there are 4 players in there. I jump on IHOP to suss out the situation. Notice how I don't push into that building straight away and slow down the pace a little bit. To be honest, I feel pretty safe in this position. I've got a lot of cover. I'm in a close pushing position where I don't feel like I'm in too much danger. So my goal now is to peek over this head glitch and hopefully I can get a pick or 2. I managed to get the first pick. However, I remember I was already thinking about my next move. I knew his teammates for sure was going to come up this doorway to try to save him. So I flick over immediately when I spot movement. I get super lucky and I managed to get 2 downs. I throw my thermite and decide to full send at this point. I know there's only 1 left. I see the window here, I try to jump over, but I'm trash, I don't make it, so I gotta take the stairs. I hear the revive notification, so I try to push up as quick as possible. As you can see from these two breakdowns, there is a time to slow down the pace and there are times you need to play aggressive. There's nothing wrong with playing passive, getting yourself into good positions and waiting for the right moment to attack. Remember to think about these topics when you're pushing your squads. I hope you found these breakdowns helpful. Before we continue, I just want to give a big thank you to you guys for checking out the videos. I do really hope they are helping. I do try to put a lot of effort into these videos, so yeah, if you enjoy the content, learn anything new or find any type of value in today's episode, if you could tap that like button, that would be much appreciated. It just helps the channel grow. Also, remember to sub to the YouTube channel if you are interested so don't miss out on any future Warzone videos. With that out of the way, let's continue. Topic number 2, play your life. Disclaimer, topic number 2 is closely tied to topic number 1, but it's a super important subject that I feel needs to be talked about. I noticed there was a certain stage of me playing Warzone, I was just aggressive all the time. Like, I was just chasing kills, trying to beat my PB every game, and to be honest, I was getting some pretty bad results. So I started reaching out to better players in my community to see if I can squad up with them, just to see what I could learn what the difference is. One thing I noticed straight away, the pros most of the time only take calculated risks and always try to play their life. Staying alive and taking high percentage gunfights is super important when playing Warzone. The longer you stay alive, the more kills you're likely to get, especially if you're an aggressive player. So what I recommend, the next time you get into a gunfight, always try to have an exit plan. Don't overcommit unless you really have to. Remember to play your life. I'll break down a couple examples just to drill it down further. So I broke armor on this guy at hospital. To be honest, I was tempted to jump down straight away, but I tried to suss out the situation before overcommitting.
Like he's laying there. Can you cover?
This is where the decision making when it comes to playing my life comes in. I know the target is at the orange marker. I could go straight for him and try to force the kill. But I decide to go to the right where I have some cover, I'm a bit more safe and I can still attack. At this point, I'm pretty comfortable. I've got a nice little head glitch here and my teammate is providing cover fire. Out of nowhere, his teammates come to help him out, so I slide cancel to the right just to change my last known location in case they spotted me. This is perfect, the enemy is distracted, I'm able to attack, however, I'm still playing my life, I'm pretty safe, making sure I'm behind cover, and I have an exit plan in case anything goes wrong. As you can see, I was still playing aggressive, however, I want to make sure I was still safe while engaging in gunfights. Just play it smart while pushing and try to take calculated risk.
You like that cover, bro?
That's good cover, bro.
Topic number 3, take the less obvious path. Look, this is not always applicable, however during gunfights, a lot of the times there are multiple paths you can take and you can determine how you're going to engage the enemy. When players can predict where you are going to peek from, that can really put you at a huge disadvantage. So what you want to do is take the less obvious path to throw off the enemy to give you an edge. I'm going to break down a couple scenarios just to show you as an example. Yep, in this example, I spot an enemy in front of me and I get a couple shots in. The target gets back into cover, so I throw my stun grenade. In my head, if I go through this corridor, it's probably the most obvious way to push, and I think the enemy can easily predict where I'll be. So I go through the rooms on the right here and I start moving up. At this point, I make a read that the enemy will aim down the hallway, so I proceed to do a slide cancel and swing out as much as possible. As you can see, the enemy is pre-aiming the hallway. I'm able to get a good position on the target and I managed to get the kill. Here is another simple example of using a less obvious path to get the upper hand. We spot some enemies trying to push this door right here and they even throw a stun grenade. At this point, I don't want to fight here, they're probably pre-aiming the door, so I want to take another path to surprise the enemy. Luckily, I can go up these stairs right here and just make my fight a whole lot easier.
Help.
As you can see from the couple breakdowns, try to look for other options during gunfights just to make your life a bit easier. You don't always have to take the most obvious path and try to win by brute force. Taking the path less expected and surprising the enemy can definitely work in your favor during gunfights. Well, that is it for me. Just some final thoughts before we finish the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the tips and tricks videos. I hope they are helping. In regards to improving at the game, remember to be patient with it. Side tip, don't compare yourself to others. To be honest, I used to do this a lot. Now I just don't care. I just try to improve my own game and just play to the best of my ability and have fun with it. You know, it's not about how many kills you get, how many dubs you have, and what your KD is. I think it should be more about how you're enjoying the game, and if you're making improvements should be the focus. Anyways, as always, I wish you guys all the best. Good luck on the Warzone, and I will see you guys next time.